Good afternoon, Pep. Raheem Sterling's 23 today. I just wondered, how close do you think he is to playing at his full potential? And if not, how good do you think he can ultimately be?
Well, with 23 years old, it's always you can do better. You have a lot of distance to achieve to get your best level. So I think he has a lot of things to improve, and that's why he will have a long career.
Could you...
He's going to play.
He's going to play?
Yeah.
Because Jose Mourinho seemed to suggest that you were perhaps trying to pull the wool over our eyes a little bit.
He's going to play. The doctor told me in the beginning of the week, after the game with Ham, it was a bit doubt about his playing. That's why I said what I said. But today he arrives and said he's really good, so he's going to play.
Huge game. You don't need me to tell you the importance of the match on Sunday. Could the biggest challenge for your team be getting past David De Gea?
No, the big challenge is play good. Is to try to control their start points, because they have is United and Old Trafford, and try to do our game. So my focus is going there, relax, and knowing if you don't win individual duels, it will be almost impossible to beat them, and try to play good, football. What we have done play football in the terms to be what we are. So I would like to finish the game going to a locker room and feel okay. We were what we are in the season, and after the result is going to be nobody knows what's going to happen. And try to find the best way to play good and win the game.
Pep, you have an 8-point lead over Manchester United. If you were to draw the game, you would be a better result for you than Manchester United. But I know it's not your nature, but is there no temptation to go there and play cautiously, get the point, knowing that it will do more harm to Manchester United?
Winning, drawing or losing, we are not going to win the Premier League, we are not going to lose the Premier League. So it's 1st of December, it's an important game because it's United, because you can get points and the opponent cannot, but the same for them. So it just focus in these days after the Shakhtar Donetsk game, thinking what do we have to do to make a good performance and try to win the game. That is the only I am concerned. So I'm not going to play, we are not going to play thinking, okay, we have 8 points, what do we have to do? Because we have 8 points. So different is in the semi-final of the Champions League or quarter-final Champions League or FA or something like that. You have one result in the first leg and the second one. You have to think about a little bit what you have done in the previous game. But it is a marathon, the Premier League, so it's just what the part. We didn't arrive in the half of the marathon, so we have a long points to play. More than 70, so it just focus in the game, in the results, and after that, recovery and thinking in Swansea 3 days later. So it's simple like that. So it's going there to do our game. That is what I want to see on my players.
Hi Pep, can you just check on a couple of the other players who didn't play in Ukraine? Fabian Delph and Vincent Kompany, how are they, please?
Well, Vincent Kompany, I'm going to be the real update. Vincent Kompany, before the game on Shakhtar, the training session before travel to Shakhtar Donetsk, felt something. He was not comfortable, and that's why he could not play, because I thought playing in Donetsk. And Fabian Delph was sick. He had the vomits and it was fever the day before. The reason why I could not play. The only guys who not play because I want to give them time to rest a little bit, it was Kyle and Nico, because Kyle and Nico were the last 8 or 9 games, including national team, play 90 minutes, and it was so minutes in their legs. And the other ones, today is day off, so I don't know how is the players, but the other, tomorrow we're going to check how is the conditions.
Pep, Jose's obviously he's made it very clear before that he's obsessed with trophies, and a lot of the time the number of trophies he's won is justification for the way that he plays. With you, you seem to say that trophies will be a consequence of the way you want to play, in terms of it's the way you play that's important, and the trophies should follow. Are you as obsessed with silverware and trophies as he is?
Definitely. In that we are twins. They want to win. He want to win trophies. I want to win trophies. And I think, Antonio Conte as well, and Jurgen, and Mauricio, and all the leagues around the world. The managers are there. So it's not about. I never criticize my colleagues the way they play. I never did in the past. I will never do in the past. The football is magnificent for that, because every manager play in the way they play. There are different ways to enjoy football, to enjoy it, and that. So it's simple like that. So
I wonder what are your memories of Manchester United as a young man growing up, as a footballer, as a manager? What does Manchester United mean to you?
When I grew up, like in English football, following the 18s, and Liverpool was the best one. I remember the way they play, the passing and moving for the play. I remember that year many times about that. After when Ferguson, Sir Alex took over the team, and the first years in terms of results had their problems, but after that, when especially with the generation for the young players for United, they dominate absolutely the Premier League, and especially the Premier League, and United. It was when I was a teenager. I was when I started to play football in England, United. After that, was lucky to play two finals of the Champions League against them, and leave that situation, how important that club is in terms of the huge amount of quality players. And of course, going to Old Trafford is a pleasure. So I said many times in Barcelona and Bayern Munich, and now here, I am a manager to play these kind of games. Of course, I love to play a lot of games, but play Champions League and play these kind of games in the bigger stages, in important games, is fascinating for us. That's the reason why we're here, and I will enjoy it, and I will enjoy it, definitely, to prepare the game, to arrive. I am looking forward to arrive. Would like to play tomorrow or in few hours. So I love to be there, to be part of there, because it's just a game. I took that moment like a game, to enjoy it, what we can do to beat them, and after that, shake hands, improve what we have not good, enjoy what it was a good game, and prepare the next one.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Lots of talk ahead of this Manchester derby about how good your squad is, how good your team is. Lots of talk about the record as well of consecutive wins in the Premier League. Just interested to hear what your assessment is of the quality of your team and the way that they've played so far this season.
Wow, we are so good that we lost in Shakhtar Donetsk. So
not in the Premier League, then.
But that's true. But it's good, I think, that the fit to realize how difficult actually everything is. Yes, until now we have not complained in terms of results, and especially the way we played. So when you see in every game the statistics, not just the way we play, statistics always we are better in terms of the potential goals, in possession, in chances conceded, and many aspects. I think United is fantastic on that. When the statistics are good, they win. When they are not good, they are able to win 1-3 in Emirates Stadium, one of the most difficult stages. I think United is strong on that. So when they concede 33 shoots, and they win 1-3. So, and few teams in the world, they are able to do that. That's why we have to be carefully, because you can control, you can do many things good, but they have talent to beat them. Of course, we are happy so far, but I said many times, so we are not the champion, because we are in December. Nobody is the champion, not just we are top of the league, nobody's there. But tomorrow we're going to try to, of course they know it, everybody knows it, we're going to try to do our game and try to win the game.
And how much does that record of consecutive wins play on your mind, if at all? Do you think about that at all?
No, nothing.
That it matters?
Absolutely nothing. So if you are going to play one game just thinking record, you forget what you have to do to win the games. Will be nice because it means we won, but that is sooner or later the record is going to be broken. So it's how you have to do to win the game. That is my concern now.
Hi. Question on Vincent's company. What did he exactly feel? Was it the same problem as he had before? Are you concerned about this?
No.
And
he felt something.
On Sunday?
He knows his body better than anyone, so he felt something, and that's why he could not play in Donetsk. What my first impression is, will be good to play, to get rhythm for Old Trafford. So until tomorrow, we will know if he's able to play.
Pep, recently you faced teams that defended really well, and United is a team that defends really well, and I'm not saying they're just going to defend, but they defend really well. So in terms of planning the match, do you think this match specifically demands a little bit extra creativity from your players and from yourself as well?
Yeah, when you face the big clubs, the big teams, demanding a little bit more. So they defend well, so I don't know how many goals conceded at home. I think 1 or 2, no more than that. And it's so complicated to score goals against them, but that is the target, to try it. And of course, they don't only defend well, they create chances. So when they arrive, and Martial, Rashford, Lukaku and Lingard and all these kind of players, they can run. When they arrive in the boxes, they are danger players. So we cannot forget, it's Manchester United. United always had an amazing players. So we know that. And of course, when you play against big teams, if you don't give the best of yourself, it's almost impossible to beat them. And especially away in Old Trafford. But that is a challenge. And it's nice to face this challenge.
Pep, your players talk about how much time they spend doing boxes under you in training and how much they enjoyed it. Are the boxes and that sort of approach, is that the essence of your football when it comes to match day?
I like to pass the ball. I like, but no pass to pass for 1 sense. I love it, yeah, I love it. I love when my players, from the goalkeeper until the end, they are able to pass the ball as quick as possible, move in 1 sense. It depends one movement, it depends of the other. But sometimes it's more difficult to do that because the opponents play the same. But I love it, yeah. I think when you see our patterns like a manager since Barcelona, Bayern Munich here is quite similar. In the terms I won the ball. That is my main principle. And after that, we do not have the ball, to be well organized to recover as much as possible, knowing that the opponents, they want to punish you when you lose the ball, to use the magnificent counter-attack. And I think the teams from Jose Mourinho in Porto a little bit less, but in Chelsea, in Madrid, and here, they are a master of that. So they are so good running and runs in behind, and when you lose the ball in the position, you attack a little bit with well organized, they punish you in one action, and they win the game.
Your full-backs attacking have been a big part of your game this season. But United are also quite strong in that area. Young and Valencia both attacking a lot. When you're away from home in a game like this, do you have to tell your fullbacks to be a little bit more careful? And how crucial are the wide areas going to be in this game?
Well, you have to defend this area. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. With the fullbacks or for attacking midfielders or the holding midfielders or with the wingers, you have to close that space, not just with the fullbacks. Because it depends on the quality of players. You count. When you have the energy for Kyle Walker, you need to attack with him. So, but of course, yeah. When they attack with the possession, you have to be careful with the quality of the players they have in front. But when you attack, of course, when you lose the ball, are going to attack immediately with Lukaku. We set the ball or make a movement behind our fullbacks, or especially, of course, with the movements with Martial or Rashford or Lingard, where they have potential to run 40 meters and create a problem. Yeah, definitely. That the spaces close to the beside for the central defenders behind our fullbacks is a space you have to be careful. Definitely.
A couple of questions in Spanish for Barbara, please.
Hola, bon dia, Pep. Per com esteu vosaltres i per com estan ells, també considerant que els primers 2 derbis de l'any passat arriben molt aviat, creus que el de diumenge pot ser el de més nivell dels que d'aquest any i mig?
En teoria probablement, perquè tant el United com nosaltres portem més temps junts amb el mateix entrenador i per tant coneixem més les coses. Sí, probablement. probablement és el moment que arribem millor els dos, ells arriben molt bé, en termes de el que fan ho fan cada vegada millor i amb molt bons resultats igual que nosaltres.
1 year and a half after your arrival and Jose Mourinho's arrival, you've played 3 derbies last season. Do you feel this is the Manchester derby or highest level so far since you are in the Premier League? Well, in theory, probably, because both managers and both clubs, we have been more time together to know more about each other. So I would say probably yes, and both teams arrived really well to this match. What they do it really well. So yeah, my answer would be probably yes.
Hola, bona tarda. Deies que estàs desitjant que comenci el partit, que és un plaer per tu jugar a Old Trafford. Ho és també jugar contra Mourinho? És especial per tu enfrontar-te a un entrenador com ell?
No, sincerament no. És atractiu perquè ens volem guanyar, però és igual quan jugo contra el Chelsea o contra el Liverpool. Intento descobrir què fan i què podem fer per guanyar-los, no és res més especial que això.
I com és la teva relació amb ell, que viviu a Manchester? Us heu vist? No us heu vist?
No, bé, correcte.
Us heu vist?
No he coincidit mai.
Gràcies.
So first of all, you were saying that you really look forward for this game on Sunday. Do you also look forward to play against a team managed by Jose Mourinho? To be honest, not really. Obviously, it's attractive because you want to win these games, but it's the same pleasure when I have to face other teams like Chelsea or Liverpool, try to find out what we have to do to win, and that's it. And the second one, I want to ask you about how's your relationship with Jose Mourinho since you both arrived to Manchester. Have you bumped into each other? Well, our relationship is correct, it's friendly. We haven't bumped into each other here in Manchester. Correct.
An embargo, please,